Hello and welcome back. The date is Monday, September 6th, 2021, and today happens to be Labor Day. So happy Labor Day to you all. Hope you had a great day yesterday in worshiping our great Lord. And here we are again. It is a new day. It's hopefully you have the day off. But if not, you're doing the daily grind. The challenge, as always, is just keep God at the forefront of your mind. Public worship is easier. It's much easier to think of God in church and to worship Him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. But as the week rolls on, it just becomes a little harder to get focused and keep your mind on the things of the Lord. So that's why we do this. This is why we have this reading, and I hope it's an encouragement to you throughout your week. And so today we're going to read from Richard Baxter, and today we're going to look at God is love. And this is our verse from 1 John 4:16. It says simply, God is love. So let's take a look and see what we have here from Richard Baxter. Laying a deep apprehension of God's nature increases the peace of conscience and gives a measure of the joy of the Holy Spirit. Let me read that again. Laying a deep apprehension of God's nature increases the peace of conscience and gives a measure of the joy of the Holy Spirit. Under the law, God revealed himself in grace. Exodus 34:6-7. Also, as I live, declares the Lord, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Ezekiel 33:11. Do not think of God's mercy with diminishing thoughts, for his mercy is as great as his power. There is great advantage to the soul that has a proper estimate of his goodness. It makes God appear more wonderful, and you will love him more readily and abundantly. Affections will follow the understanding. Affections will follow the understanding. If you think God is against you and delights in your misery, it is impossible for you to love him. The great reason many do not love God more is because they look at him in an odious shape and tremble at the thought of him. Doing this strips God of his divine nature in our thoughts. We must write his love deep in our understanding. When we consider his mercy and loving kindness, our thoughts of God will be sweet and delightful. We are bidden to love and delight in him above all. He is infinitely and inconceivably good. This will draw you to God as a magnet towards iron. If you conceive of God as 10,000 times more gracious and loving than any friend you have in the world, it will make you love him above all. This takes away weariness in duty and gives more delight in prayer and meditation. When God becomes more lovely in our eyes, it produces growth in all of our graces and encourages further familiarity and confidence. A clear sight of God's merciful nature gives assurance of our happiness. If you fix deep in your understanding the natural goodness of God, even this will fall short of God's actual graciousness. That's a good thought. If you fix deep in your understanding the natural goodness of God, even this will fall short of God's actual graciousness. I heard a pastor once say, our thoughts of God fall short of who he actually is, what he actually is. Like if we can, as humans, what we can actually come to terms with in our little brains is maybe, 50%, maybe 75% of actually who God is, just because we can't conceive of it. We can't really truly grasp how great this God is that we serve. But let us renew our minds with these words and keep these thoughts in our heart. And as we read, they will be sweet and delightful if we consider his mercy and loving kindness. So let's continually renew our minds, continually think on him, his goodness, his mercy. And to do that, all we have to do is think of the cross. Consider the love that God shed on our behalf through the cross and through his son, Jesus Christ. So there you go, guys. Hope you have a wonderful week. And let's start it off right with this. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Take care and God bless.